Have you ever wondered why the mighty Roman Empire, which stood for 1,000 years, suddenly collapsed? Picture this: an empire that reigned supreme, seemed invincible, and then, poof, it was gone. Intriguing, isn't it? Well, the fall of Rome wasn't as sudden as it seems. It's a tale of political instability, economic decline, military quandaries, social shifts, and cultural revolutions. Let's delve into the reasons and understand the chronology of the downfall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was a political masterpiece, but cracks started to appear. In its heyday, the empire was a shining beacon of governance, but it was not immune to the cancer of political instability. The halls of power were riddled with corruption, as politicians and bureaucrats indulged in underhanded dealings. The currency of power was manipulation, and the highest bidder often won the day. Power struggles became the order of the day. It was a dangerous game of musical chairs where the music rarely stopped and the chairs were often booby-trapped. The emperor's seat became a revolving door for ineffective leaders, each more inept than the last. The political structure was becoming a house of cards, ready to crumble at the faintest breeze. And so, the Roman Empire, once a paragon of political stability, began to falter. The empire was politically crumbling from within, paving the way for further problems. As politicians squabbled, Rome's economy took a nosedive. Picture this: inflation soaring higher than an eagle, unemployment spreading faster than a Roman rumor, and heavy taxation weighing down the citizens like a legionnaire's armor. This economic turbulence wasn't just a headache for the common folk, it was a gut punch to the military's strength and morale. Imagine being a Roman soldier, your purse emptier than a senator's promises, with the value of your wages dropping faster than a gladiator's sword. The military, once the pride of Rome, was now struggling to find its footing. Recruitment dropped, equipment became shoddy, and training, let's just say, it wasn't exactly Spartan. And so, the once invincible Roman legions, who had painted the world red with their victories, became a shadow of their former selves. Like a gladiator past his prime, they were left grappling with the harsh reality of their decline. As if political instability and economic decline weren't enough, Rome was changing culturally too. The Romans, once paragons of discipline, courage, and duty, began to lose their traditional values. The society that had been built on the ideals of honor and public service was now more interested in personal pleasure and gain. This shift in values, coupled with an increasing reliance on slave labor, created a significant divide between the rich and the poor. But it wasn't just a social divide that was tearing at the fabric of Rome. The empire itself was being split in two. Emperor Diocletian, in a desperate bid to manage Rome's sprawling territories, divided the empire into eastern and western halves. The east, with its wealth and relative stability, soon outshone the West. This division, however, only served to further weaken the empire. The East and West, rather than working together, often found themselves at odds. The once unified Rome was now a divided entity. While Rome was dealing with its internal issues, external threats were looming. Now imagine you're Rome, and you're not just dealing with a political migraine, economic fever, and a military stomachache, but you've also got the barbarian flu knocking at your door. These barbarian tribes weren't just a bunch of rowdy neighbors. They were complex societies with their own aspirations, and they saw the weakened Rome as a prime target. They packed up their lives, and like the world's most terrifying moving company, migrated into Roman lands, causing chaos and disruption. Meanwhile, amidst all this turmoil, a new religion was on the rise. Christianity, with its message of hope and salvation, started gaining traction. It's like Rome was the perfect petri dish for this new faith to flourish. The religious landscape was changing, and Rome's traditional gods were losing followers to this new kid on the block. The empire was now fighting on two fronts, internally and externally. And despite all these challenges, the Roman Empire managed to survive. But for how long? This was the question on everyone's lips. As the empire grew, it overextended itself, biting off more than it could possibly chew. Imagine trying to manage a dinner party of 1,000 guests, all speaking different languages, and all wanting a piece of the pie. The empire was stretched thin, and the administrative challenges were overwhelming. It was like trying to juggle on a tightrope while singing opera in Latin. Then came the epidemics. The Antonine Plague, the plague of Cyprian. They swept through the empire like a scythe, slicing through the population. The empire's health was in free fall, and there were no parachutes in sight. These problems compounded, creating a perfect storm, a cocktail of disaster that the empire just couldn't swallow. And then, the final collapse. The Western Roman Empire, once a beacon of civilization, crumbled. It was like watching a sandcastle washed away by the tide, piece by piece, until there was nothing left but a memory. The barbarians, the Goths, Vandals, and others, they were the final nail in the coffin, sealing the empire's fate. The city of Rome was sacked, the last emperor abdicated, and the once mighty empire was no more. And thus, the mighty Roman Empire, which had stood for 1,000 years, fell. The fall of Rome wasn't just a historical event, but a lesson for all of us. The Roman Empire, once the paragon of civilization, ultimately crumbled under its own weight. Political instability bred chaos. Economic decline left the state impoverished, and military problems exposed vulnerabilities. The social and cultural shifts, the division of the empire, and the rise of Christianity further exacerbated the empire's weakening foundations. Invasions, barbarian migrations, overextension, and administrative challenges added to the empire's woes, while epidemics delivered the final blow. The mighty empire's fall reminds us that no entity, no matter how formidable, is immune to collapse. It underscores the importance of a stable government, a robust economy, a strong military, and a unified society. The Roman Empire's fall also serves as a warning against overextension and the perils of failing to adapt to changing circumstances. History doesn't just tell us where we've been, it warns us where we could go. So remember, even the mightiest can fall. Thank you for watching our video on the fall of the Roman Empire. We hope you found this journey through history both insightful and intriguing. Our aim is not only to enlighten you about the past, but also to underscore the lessons it offers us. The fall of the Roman Empire is a stark reminder of the potential consequences of political instability, economic decline, and societal division. It's a story that highlights the importance of unity, adaptability, and foresight. If you enjoyed this historical dive, please show your support by hitting the like button and sharing this video with your friends. Your shares and likes help us reach more people and spread the love for history. If you're not already subscribed, please do so now to join us on more exciting journeys through time. Together, we'll explore the fascinating stories that history has to offer, the lessons they present, and the impact they've had on our world. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's about understanding our present and shaping our future. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, thank you for your support.